We have invited Robyn's kids up multiple times.
Several times.
They've never come up, but...
That's not true. They came up last year for Christmas.
Not by themselves.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. We've invited the kids by themselves. The ones that are old enough to drive up here to come up.
Multiple times. We've tried to do even like go to some sort of remote location and go on like just a siblings kind of vacation.
We've tried to meet up at like more even points where it's a half drive for each of us. It hasn't worked out, sadly.
It hasn't.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Friday, November 17th, 2023. I hope everyone's having a great day. While Sister Wives is in the middle of a season, actually I think we're nearing the end of the season, there's been a lot of discussion about Cody, Robyn, the kids, and a focal point of the season has been around Robyn's kids, you know, Aurora, Dayton, Brianna, and whether or not they have relationships with their siblings. Some of the older kids, Garrison, Gabriel, Savannah, and Gwendolyn have said that they don't speak to them. Gwendolyn has said that she misses Aurora. Garrison says that he misses David, Dayton, and Gabriel has talked to Aurora, but as far as like getting together, it just does not happen. And this week, I shared with you a podcast interview that Maddie Brush did with a friend of hers in North Carolina. And they talked about how she said that just because you're family, you're not entitled to a relationship with my children. And I'm not going to put effort into something if you're not a sane, healthy person. And she stopped putting an effort into trying to get together. It sounds like Mykelti and Tony, who not a lot of people love because they feel like they're on the Robyn and Cody propaganda machine, they're even having a hard time getting together with Robyn's kids. And this is surprising to me because apparently Mykelti is supposed to be close with them, but they will not come to see Tony and Mykelti in Utah. But they only will see her if she goes down to Flagstaff. And apparently the only time they do see them is if they're basically being chaperoned by Robyn. Like Robyn will just come with them, right? Kind of weird, huh? So let's dive into the topic. Before we do, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and make sure to click on the bell so you never miss a video.
Which is actually, really frustrating, but we've wanted to for years do something.
Forever.
We try every year.
I don't know, man. We're
always
try
like,
so hard.
At the beginning of the year, so what's your summer like? What's your open schedule? Let's do something.
Do you want to do like a dual family vacation this year?
Do you want to go to Disneyland together?
We
can go to California. What do you want to do?
Like, we can do an easy... What kind of vacation do you like? We can do that kind.
It's just hard.
We try,
it's really
man.
Hard.
Mykelti and Tony have been trying to persuade David, Brianna, and Aurora to hang out with them, do a vacation with them, spend time with them, and they don't want to do it. Or it just doesn't work out. Or they can't make it like a plan. And it sounds like sounds like they're making an effort to try to be as accommodating as possible with them, and still they're not taking the steps to do anything about it. Now, I don't know if it's them, like the kids, saying no, or if it's that they have been told things about their family members and that they don't trust their family members. It could be that Robyn has made them feel like everything out in this world is dangerous and scary and you can't trust anyone, that they're all wicked people. Could be something like that. It could be that they could be afraid to spend time with them and that they would be exposed to things that they don't want to see or hear or think about. Or Robyn could be making them paranoid that they can't do these things. Or Robyn could just be flat out telling them no, or Cody could be telling them no. they still live under Robyn's roof, which is pretty wild if you think about it, because several of them are, Dayton went to college, he's graduated. Aurora and Brianna are in college at NAU. They're both doing relatively well, so they're okay to go to college, but they're not okay to see their siblings. This is actually pretty reminiscent to me of a conversation that I had with a cousin of Aurora and Brianna and David that told me that getting together with them was nearly impossible and Robyn controlled everything. It could be as simple as just Robyn telling them they can't go and making them feel like they can't go, or poisoning them against people. So even the people that Robyn says that she loves, adores, and are good kids, she still doesn't apparently feel safe enough for her kids, this is just my assumption, to spend time with them as adults. Or those kids as adults are just disinterested because of the things that their parents, Cody and Robyn, have told them. And that's disturbing. I would bet that even though they claim that they love Tony and Mykelti, I would bet that they still talk crap about them and judge what they're doing in their lives and claim that they're not following the walk with God or whatever.
Worked out is because of just time and money, probably as well. And outside of that, who knows? Is that the question you were going for?
Yeah. That's odd. You're putting in a lot of effort and they aren't. Hannah, yeah. But that is probably why we have a good relationship with them. Is I know that it's not 1-for-1. Maybe it feels like 2-to-1 or 3-to-1, but like we'd rather put in 3-to-1 and still have the 1, so that we have the connection and there's hope for the family to get together, and our kids know that part of their family, even if it costs us 3-to-1.
Yeah.
We still think it's worth it.
Tony and I go through a lot to try to have as the best relationships possible with all of our siblings.
Especially
His
during
siblings
COVID.
as well.
Oh man, that was the hardest.
Tough.
That was the hardest.
That was hard. That was really, really hard. All the restrictions and everything, and everybody's had different perspectives on what was okay and what wasn't okay.
From what I'm gathering, it sounds like the Tony and Mykelti are having to put in a lot of time and energy and effort to have a relationship with Cody, Robyn, and their kids. And that Cody, Robyn, and their kids don't return the favor and don't reach out to them and don't make an effort with them. And so it's them having to constantly make an effort with Cody, Robyn, and the kids. And that actually sounds exactly like what Maddie said, in that she wasn't going to constantly be the one to make an effort. Her dad should be making an effort too. That's reminiscent to what Aurora's cousin and the kids' cousins told me, that they would be the one that would always have to reach out and that it wasn't reciprocated. It also sounds a lot like what Christine has described with her daughters, and Cody not putting the time and the energy or the effort into seeing the kids. Janelle saying the same thing with her kids about how he hasn't put an effort into Savannah. And even Cody on the show saying that the phone goes both ways. So it's not his problem. It's not, it's they're not calling him. Someone left a comment on my page on this channel. I don't know if it was this week or not, but they had mentioned that Cody's dad was the kind of dad that apparently everyone expected everyone to come to him. He wasn't going to put the time or energy or resources into going to anyone or to see anyone. So if someone wanted to see them, they would come to him because he's that important. So Cody could have that mindset that if you want to see me, you can come to me. And it's reminiscent very much of how Cody was like with Christmas. No, it's my house. And if you want to see me, you come to me. I don't know, that arrogance and that sense of importance could have rubbed off onto the girls and to David. It's so hard to know because I'll get mixed reactions about how these kids are publicly versus privately. But the feedback that I've gotten is that they're just highly controlled and they have not the nicest personalities because their mom has not the nicest personality, I would hope that as they get older and they get away from them, they can get free. But even Tony and Mykelti have said that in many ways, Robyn has been so controlling of them that they are kind of stunted socially, and that they don't necessarily understand how to have friendships, relationships, interactions, because Robyn has been so controlling of them. And that's to their detriment. 100%.
Kids still seem so damaged by the changed is in the family, but the rest of the family, for the most part, seems to be doing really well. I think on the surface, a lot of my family is doing really, really well, but I think that there's a lot of, unfortunately, trauma. I say that in quotes because I think there's more than just trauma, but I think there's a lot of things that my siblings have underneath that they're going through. I think a lot of them are hurt and sad by everything. So you don't see a lot of the kids on the set anymore, and it's because the show has really hurt my family in certain aspects, and then my family's hurt my family in certain aspects.
Despite their happy facade on the show, well, sort of, and their Instagrams or whatever, their social medias looking and appearing happy, Mykelti says that a lot of her siblings are dealing with a lot of trauma. Trauma from the show and trauma from the family. And apparently that's why a lot of the kids are not on the show anymore, because of the hurt that the show has caused them. And I would imagine that, something that Maddie brought up was that she did not ever make the choice to be on a reality show, and she didn't make the choice to be filmed as a part of her life. She was only 14 when that happened. And, I think if she would have had the choice, I don't think she would have made that choice her own. And I think the kids, as they become adults, want a sense of privacy. But I can't imagine that all of this being so public is helping them. And, there's a level about the neglect and the abuse that these kids have faced that's really glossed over on the show and neglected. But at the same time, I could see why the kids don't want to be a part of it, because why would you want to be a part of something that you feel caused a lot of pain in your lives? And even though it helped their family out financially, it, I would think, doesn't necessarily help them when they want to go out and get a job, or they want to have a private life, or they don't want everyone knowing about what's going on with their family's drama. You know what I'm saying? Cody and the adults all made the choice and have consented to sharing their lives, but the kids haven't. And so it does sound like they have some trauma. And I mean, who wouldn't have trauma from growing up with a man like Cody, growing up in a polygamous cult, and then being on reality television? That's a lot for anyone. And then I wanted to just share one other detail that she had shared about Janelle and Cody. This is actually kind of juicy.
I honestly know that I should know this answer, but I do not know this answer, Margaret. Was Janelle married to Mary's brother when she first met your dad? It has been going around the internet that she was. I think that Janelle and Mary's brother were currently married when Janelle met my dad. That's probably one of the reasons why the marriage ended. However, I do not know for a fact. I know that before Janelle and my dad ever got together at all, Janelle and Mary's brother were divorced. That is what I know for a fact.
So Mykelti says that Janelle was married. Obviously, I told you that a couple weeks ago when she met Cody. And Mykelti says she doesn't know this for a fact, but then goes on to say that one of the reasons she believes the marriage ended was because Janelle met Cody and had feelings for Cody. But obviously, they didn't get together until after Janelle was divorced. So who do you want to bet? Cody was in Janelle's ear going, "You should join our family. You should join our family." And Janelle's like, okay, files for divorce. Like, I don't know. No wonder Mary and Cody and the relationship with Janelle started off so rocky. If part of the reason why Janelle's marriage ended was because of Cody, and whether or not, I know there's been claims that he was abusive. I don't know. There has been such little shared about that marriage. But if Mary was close to Adam, she might have felt sad for Adam or hurt for Adam that the marriage ended as a result of that. And maybe there was resentment there. I mean, who knows? It's so complicated. But the fact that she's like, yes, I mean, it could have been one of the reasons why the marriage ended is because Janelle met my dad. But they didn't get together until after the divorce. Oh, so that makes it better. So Janelle left her husband for Cody. I mean, if I were Mary, I'd be pissed too. But that's just me. So, what are your thoughts about Cody and Robyn and their kids not being able to go anywhere, apparently, even though they're invited to go places? What do you think about the trauma? And is Robyn harming her children socially by hovering over them so much and interfering in their social lives, even as adults? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.